Hey Mom, I feel inspired to create a little video and just share how my eating and drinking habits have changed since my Kundalini woke up. A bit about my concepts about eating, my conditionings about eating, and how all those had to fall away, and as well as how my health has dramatically improved since Kundalini started guiding everything that I put in my body. mm. Yeah, so before I arrived at the ashram, I was vegan for 5 years. Only for the past year I was already eating some eggs and fish sometimes because I was just getting really strong guidance that I should, but I still had a huge amount of resistance. But actually already for the last few years I could feel that my body was asking for eggs and fish, but I was so strictly in my vegan box that I resisted it. Yeah, and even though at the very beginning it was working so well for me, and as a vegan I was still a lot healthier than how I was before when I was eating animal products, so for the time period it was amazing for me, so I'm not saying anything against it, just sharing my experience and my journey and my process, and realizing that there isn't one diet or one way of eating that is suitable for every being, for every human. Yeah, so when I arrived to the ashram and my Kundalini woke up, straight away I could notice that I wanted to eat different things. I could also see that people that were living at the ashram were eating very differently than I was. I was very surprised. One morning I was hungry and I was here. It was one of my first meditations here at the ashram. And I said that I haven't eaten. So I was gonna go to a cafe to have some food, and I asked if they have any food here that they could offer me. And they answered that all they have is coconuts and steak tartare. I was very shocked. As I always saw spirituality and veganism super interlinked. So seeing how these beings that are the most intuitive beings that I have ever come across and are so connected to God, to universe, to their guidance system, to Kali, they're eating raw meat. It was incredible. I'd like you to stay to the very end of the video if you're someone who heard that and it just got really triggered. It was really triggering for me also. So triggering. Now I'm sitting and smiling, but it wasn't so easy. It was like, oh, now I want raw meat. No. Wow, what a journey. When Kundalini gets stronger, it overweights your will. So you stop acting from the will. So my friends, they put the steak tartare bowl in front of me. I'm not using my will. I'm noticing my thoughts, my judgments, my discomfort sitting in front of it, and not doing anything from my will, and just noticing what my body will spontaneously do. And slowly, I notice that my head turns towards the fork. Slowly, my hand moves, takes the fork. Okay? I'm sitting. Fork comes up. Fork goes into the steak tartare. Fork goes into my mouth. My arms go up. That's not something that can be faked. Yeah, that's a Shakti signal for yes, yes, yes. But imagine the thoughts in my head the moment I was putting that in my mouth after not having meat for 5 years and being strict vegan for a lot of that time, even aggressive vegan for some periods. I swore to myself that I'll never eat meat again. I swore to myself. And there I was in ecstasy after a bite of steak tartare. Yeah, it was life-changing. It was eye-opening. And really miraculous. Not only was the arms up and the bliss, the no mind, the joy, but also like straight away feeling how it's nourishing my body, like feeling this just wave of energy, of aliveness, fire in my eyes that I was missing, the Agni that was missing for the last years. And feeling just so much happiness and gratitude that I'm really feeling how my body is just so grateful to receive this food that I have been, just strictly saying no to. And yeah. And I love animals so much, so much, so much. I have cried thinking about animals getting slaughtered. I have cried thinking about it many times. But for some reason, that is the divine will for me right now. Or that was the divine will for me at that moment, to have this meat. Otherwise, these spontaneous movements, the spontaneous eating, or Kundalini eating, it wouldn't happen. Because it is God. And who am I to tell God what I should eat and about the ethics of, about the ethics. I'm no one to say that to God. God's will. So for the last 4 months, I ate a lot of meat. Mostly fish though, mostly salmon skins, salmon sashimi, and salmon caviar. And a lot of bone broth. Huge amounts of bone broth. Salmon bone broth, chicken bone broth, and beef bone broth. Just life-changing. For the last month, I was just in bone broth, without any solid food. And goat's milk. And all of my tissue, deep tissues, got so soft. My skin is luminous and softest than I ever remember it being. My hair is finally alive. Before it was so dry. And now I'm not using conditioner and barely brushing it, and it's really great. And yeah, everything. Energy levels, my mood, strength, everything. Feeling a lot calmer for sure. I feel like all this animal fat is really soothing my nervous system and grounding me, and it just feels super healing to my body. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that, yeah, it's time to let go of these conditionings. And yes, there are a lot of people talking different diets, and we could never understand how can it be that one person says that this is right and the other person says that that is right, because there's no right or wrong. I really feel that, first of all, different bodies need different things. Secondly, at different phases of our life, we need different things too. So maybe you need to be eating meat for however long, and then maybe tomorrow you need to be fruitarian again. And yeah, I'm talking about that. I just ate meat for 4 months, and then like being open, not being attached to it, being like, okay, fruit is bad now because I haven't been guided to eat it for 4 months. I barely had any fruit in these 4 months, by the way. And everything's working perfectly. Yeah, being open, not attaching to anything. Because yesterday, for example, my download was to have a salad. Today my download is to have blueberries. We also were called to order some more fruit, and I feel to go to the shop to get some oranges. So who knows, maybe it's a fruitarian phase now. And yeah, so it's really to check in. What are you needing without any concepts? Because my mind would love to be vegan, fruitarian, but when the body is calling for something, it's important to acknowledge it and, yeah, honor it. Our sweet, sweet bodies. Yeah. Yeah, actually, talking about that, I also just were called to make myself a little drink. So maybe because it was fully guided, and I know that Kundalini will love it. Shakti will love it. Yeah, maybe I'll have a couple sips in front of the camera and see if I have any arm up ecstatic bliss manifestations. And yeah. Let's see. It's a hot drink with some dandelion chicory with some ghee, ginger, cinnamon. Yeah, that's it. And a drop of stevia. Sakti! Kali! Kamasa! Sakti! Saktima! That was good. Jema. Thanks for watching, and maybe you found that insightful. Lots of love. Jema, Jema, Jema.